For a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at the forces that are likely to impact our markets today, whether they be the US handover or how Asia is currently performing. Now, yesterday, we finally bucked the trend and all your major US benchmarks advanced in trade. The Dow climbed 423 points or 1.6%. The S&P 500 also registered a gain of 1.23%. The Nasdaq was the relative underperformer, gaining just 0.4%, but that's because Facebook, Amazon, Apple and Microsoft all closed lower. US stock futures this morning are slightly higher in trade. Dow futures are up 110 points and S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures gained 0.38 and 0.4% respectively. Now, coming down to Asia this morning, markets in Japan are closed for a holiday, and that's usually our biggest headliner. So no cues coming out of there. But if you look at the Kospi in South Korea, it's up a solid percent in early trade. The S&P ASX 200 is also up around 1.26%. Shares of major miners such as BHP and Rio Tinto are up more than 1% each, and that's really what's leading the move. Now, all eyes will be on the US election, needless to say. In the next 24 hours, we're going to have a clearer and clearer picture of who the presidential candidate is that is currently really formidably taking a lead in the polls. And that might give the markets the next leg of courage needed to either advance further or then perhaps cool off or retreat. There's no telling what will happen. But nonetheless, it is the event that the market performance is hinging on. There's a lot of speculation, but what it seems is that a clean sweep on either side would be great for markets. So if you have Biden winning with the Senate and the House, it's the best possible outcome. If you have Trump winning as well with the Senate and the House, it's the best possible outcome. What we don't want is a Democratic president and then a Republican House and Senate. What we don't want is a Republican president and a Democratic House or Senate, because that just means they're going to conflict a lot on various policies that need to be implemented. Quick check on Europe. Yesterday they closed up by 1.6%. Oil and gas stocks surprisingly up 3.6% to lead the gains. But all your sectors, barring travel and leisure, were in positive territory. Oil and gold as well did well yesterday. Brent was up over $1 or 3% to 39. WTI was up over $1 or again 3% to 36.81. So nearly 37. Gold, spot gold was up nearly 1% to 1,893, and US gold futures were up 0.7% to $1,892 per ounce. So again, stimulus is what's going to drive gold and equities higher. It seems that both parties want to do a large amount of stimulus, and basically now, as soon as the election's over, that will be the next big point of contention as far as American politics and policy goes. How much stimulus will the American citizens be getting? And then that's also going to impact, obviously, the sentiment here in our markets. Special programming coming for this the next couple of days, so stay tuned to ET Now for that.